we got some Android 12 leaks. I have some images. We're going to look at them. We're going to discuss. Let's just get into it. Welcome back to another Tech Control video. As usual, if this is your first time here, hit that sub button, share with a buddy or two, and comment your thoughts below, especially on this topic. I think you're really going to want to comment and maybe get into some of the discussions with others. We're here to talk about the Android 12 leaks that, full disclosure, they came from XDADevelopers, from their forums. These look to have been developer previews. So if you want to think of it something like iOS beta program, they need to, not just the public betas, but these are for the devs. They're released out to the devs early ahead of the actual stable release. Now, with that being said, typically these developer betas are not the most stable. So, and they're not even necessarily the final product. So these images that I'm showing you, that I'm going to show you, could very well end up being slightly different when the real thing officially launches from Google, but this is as close as it's gonna get to anything Android 12. So let's just get into it. I'm gonna put up a couple of pictures and let's discuss them as we go along. So yesterday, XDADevelopers, they actually got a hold of a alleged draft of a document that had these pictures, and it basically summarized some of the changes. So the first image here actually shows the UI notifications pane. And you can see that there are quite a few number of differences right off the bat compared to what you may have now on your current Android device. So let's start with the obvious. The transparency is gone. Looks like it's been replaced by this beige, sort of grayish, or even a combination of the two color, but for sure the transparency is gone. Now, this may depend whether dark mode is enabled or not. Obviously, I don't think dark mode is enabled with this screenshot. But what could be affecting this color specifically is that the wallpaper that is on the phone right now is sort of similar, sort of like this background of mountains and stuff. That's kind of like where you get to see this beige color, but it's not exactly one-to-one. And again, assuming you enable dark mode, things might be a little different. Moving on, let's talk about the rounded corners. They are now more pronounced. Also, looking at this image, you can see that the number of quick tiles is reduced from 6 to 4. I'm sure that's not going to make too many people happy, but the logos themselves, they're actually a lot bigger and easier to tap. But still, there's quite a bit of spacing in between. I'm pretty sure they could still fit 6 easily and have them a lot bigger, like you see them in the image here. Top left, you also notice that the date and time are reversed as opposed to how they normally are. And now you also see that there's a new conversations group, but we're gonna touch up a little bit on that in just a sec with some of the other images. Now, what I do want to point out is that at the top right, you notice that the camera and microphone icons are there in addition to them being green. These seem to be new privacy features, and by the looks of it, it looks like we're getting a lot of new privacy features. So before, it was a notification on the status bar. You had to drop it down and that's where you can see it, but you couldn't really do anything on it. But now you can actually click on it and it's going to give you a pop-up. I'm going to put the image up here so you can see. It'll give you a pop-up and it'll tell you which apps are using the camera or the microphone. In addition to the specific color that's tied to what's in use, for example, the camera is green, the microphone is that orange. And looks like now we also have the settings tab where you can adjust some of the settings right there. So from what it looks like, if you tap on the settings, this is what you get. You get the privacy settings here. And obviously you notice right off the bat, you have the disable camera toggle, you have the mute microphone toggle, you have the location toggle. You can also manage certain permissions and some advanced settings, which is kind of nice for you to have. You can adjust these on the fly, and I'd imagine it's for all applications, not just that specific one that's using it. Or maybe it is. I'm not sure. I mean, like I said, these are just leaks. We only have photos to go by. Now, here is that mountainous beige background that I was talking about earlier. And you see at the top, you have the camera and the microphone. They're both in use. And you can tell by the icons and the color of them. Also, you can see on this next screen here that the color green is still there, indicating that the camera is in use. Most likely the microphone also. If it's just the microphone, it's probably going to be an orange dot. Now, what's interesting to me while we're here is that the icons, they actually have that same beige, grayish color as the background. I'm not sure if, again, this new color is the default for the non-dark mode, or if it changes based on your background. I'm very curious and interested to see if that's what it's going to be like. And now again, here's some more images showing that when your camera and microphone are both in use, as you can see here with this picture, they're recording a video of some sort. You can see at the top right that it's green. You have the camera icon as well as the mic icon. So next, let's talk about widgets. Apple added widgets to their OS. What are they up to, 14 now? iOS 14, and some have even argued that they've done a better job implementing the widgets than Android has, even though Android has had them since the first version of Android, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But looking at these screenshots, you can see that there are obviously some changes to the widgets. Now, I'm not sure if Google plans on making any overhauls to the widgets, but it does look like they have made some changes at the very least. And you can even see some of these are like more square, whereas the other ones are more oval. I'm not really sure what that's about. And again, we're seeing here that same grayish and beigeish color, and then you see sort of like a combination here with Monica's birthday. I'm not sure what these colors mean. I kind of want to throw like a red background back there and see what happens, or a blue. And if the colors don't change, how well are they going to match with the background and things like that? Now, the UI itself actually looks very clean. Now, I said we were going to talk about conversations, right? It seems like all your communication applications, for lack of a better word, conversations, it looks like they're all being placed under the same group. And you can see here by the little icon next to conversations that you have WhatsApp Messenger in there. So this is interesting to me. I wonder how it's going to handle things like a DM. Does that count as a conversation, or is it just a social media app? Is there going to be its own social media tab? I'm not sure. At least according to this picture, it looks like Messenger has a widget and it's showing it right away. So I'm wondering if maybe they're going to integrate widgets more into the operating system, so that you don't necessarily have to select the widget that you want, but if there's one available for it, it's gonna just bring it up for you. I'm wondering if that's the case here, but I'm not sure because it doesn't necessarily indicate how many new conversations you're getting. Like, is there a WhatsApp message waiting? Is there a Messenger app waiting? Both of these, and there's only one widget available, or if it's just grouping them together just because they're communication apps. But from this next and last screenshot that we have, you can see that the conversations is not just for those messaging apps. It looks like it's also missed phone calls and activity statuses. Not really sure what they mean by activity statuses. I do not want to see somebody's status on Facebook pop up under my conversations on my phone, but we'll see. Now, according to the leaked document, the conversations widget is mandatory, so it's possible that, similar to what I mentioned just before, if there's a widget available for this certain application, it's gonna bring it up. So again, these are leaked images. We're not 100% sure, or you know what, I guess the better way of saying is I can't confirm 100%, but there's a good chance that this is what it's gonna be, Android 12. Again, keep in mind that this is the developer beta edition, so it may be a little bit different, you know, with the final product. They may be exactly the same, who knows, but we just have to wait and see. And whenever we do get an official version of Android 12, I will keep you covered, so make sure to stay tuned for more, especially on this type of stuff. This is the type of stuff that interests me, you know, like mobile OSs, hardware, you know, stuff like that. So this is the stuff that I cover on the tech side of the channel. I know we have some gaming stuff too, but on the tech side, this is what I like. So we're gonna keep it coming. Sub for more, and check out some of the other videos we have. iOS 14 we did recently, if you want to compare the two. But leave in your comments below, what do you think about Android 12? What are the new changes? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I know there's some certain things here I'm not too big of a fan of, but again, we don't have a demo or anything like that. These are just leaked screenshots, but we'll see. Let me know. Take care.